Okay, Wednesday, May 6th. Raining, the misty rain, the white skies that always follow a heavily sprayed day like yesterday. The past 3 falls, winters, and springs have been full of these days. They've neutralized the weather around here anyway. They've magnified it in other places, but I'm going to do a short one today because I'm on the short path walk that I took. I'm not going too far because of the rain, but a couple of points I wanted to bring up, points of interest. Ryan, last American Vagabond yesterday, played a clip of Pompeo. Again, talking about how freaking stupid this all is, right? Pompeo's talking to some douchebag reporter, and she's asking him, how this virus originated in my best television voice. And he says, well, China has a history of, causing incidents like this around the world, and we have evidence intelligence agencies have gathered to center this in Wuhan and labs, and so it's, I have no reason to doubt the intelligence, blah, 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 blah. So she says, your agencies, your official statements, or whoever the fuck your bosses are, have said that they do not believe this is a man-made virus. So he says, yes, well, I'd agree with that. I would say that the findings of the intelligence agencies it completely contradicts himself. So she says to him, so just to be clear, you don't think this was a man-made virus? He says, no, I would agree with the intelligence agencies and their findings, and I have no reason not to think it's just like he might as well just said what you said, whatever you just said. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? God, this whole thing kind of almost graduated from a really bad B movie into like an Airplane or a Naked Gun, hilariously, stupidly funny movie that you just gotta watch and hold your stomach laughing. You know what I mean? Because it's so stupid. Who the fuck believes these people? Who just can't look around and see this is about the loss of rights and freedoms and admit to themselves what the fuck is really going on here? It's absolutely crazy. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to keep it short today because it's raining and getting not only soaking wet, so is the device I'm using. But a couple things, make sure you're following if you're interested in his work. David Icke's over at BitChute, and of course DavidIcke.com, since he's been taken down off YouTube and Facebook and everywhere the fuck else. But his videos are going up on BitChute. I too have started a channel. There's no content yet. I'm figuring it all out. But I'm going to be backing my stuff up there on BitChute as well, because not that my stuff's super important research, investigative news, but my goal was to really just to motivate people to give a shit, to just get people to step into the reality that they're living and to embrace it, as fucked up as it is. You're an eternal being having a human experience. Step into it. Be the hero of your own story. Try to make light and jokes of the stupidity. Try to, release some righteous anger where proper, to try to motivate other people and build some courage. And to, have those people not only take that courage from being angry to situations, but to appropriately disperse that in their lives by gaining the knowledge necessary to direct that righteous anger. We're screaming back and forth fucking dialectic politics. You're just playing the game. You're playing checkers, and as I said yesterday, in the middle of a big chess match, and they're laughing at you. Yesterday I added to my video one of an older David Icke videos where he goes over the Project New American Century as it existed, as it was brought forth, and then as it exists today, brought up through the current puppet of the United States, that people think is the big hero who's for vaccines and, censorship and not doing anything about, the 5G or anything like that. He's for everything, and, all around him, surrounded by Goldman Sachs and the bankers and his cabal. But he's the good guy. He's playing chess with them, and he's sending you messages, secret messages on Twitter through the circle with the line through it, right? Through Q. Look, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm hard on those people because those people are the ones that really need to wake up the most, because there's a lot of them. And if they can come out of the mindset of realizing there is no pot of gold on the end of the government's rainbow, that we're headed into a socialist environment that we've already been in, but now real visible fascism that is being backed by the president as he mergers and bails out industries and corporations and enacts defense production acts and seizes control of the production and distribution of products, and the Fed then is out buying everything so that they are the buyers and lenders, hence making them the owners of all projects, of all production and distribution, if I can talk, of those products by means of government. Again, we're called fascism there. And anybody that they don't want in that lineup is being washed out by this bullshit lie of a pandemic that is designed to destroy businesses that they do not want, to destroy the monetary system as they flood the stopped economy with trillions of dollars, which will begin to move and destroy the value of that worthless piece of paper that people hold so much stake in, to a point of Zimbabwe epic proportions of $1 billion for bread. These are the things people need to step into and get out of the dialectic and realize, Obama, Trump, the next person, Bush, they're all just puppeteers for the entirety of what you see coming together now. And the more you embrace that, as horrible as it is, the better you are equipped to deal with it, and the more of a chance truth and freedom have of succeeding on the end of this, because it's up to the individual to grow this truth into the collective. Truth does not have a voice. You are that voice, and it must be manifested. So we need to, go to the websites of the Corbetts and the Max Egans and all these people, the BitChute accounts, all the things, so that this information can still be sent around to other people, just like Brian Rose did on the day of the ICKE Rose 3. 1.3 million people watched live that day, more than that. But 2/3 of those views were peer-to-peer sharing. The power's there. We can do it. The numbers are there if people step into them. Everybody's got the churning of the gut going, what the fuck's going on here? Whether you're terrified of a virus and believe it's real, or whether you're terrified of the police state and you're, afraid to realize that, it's going to come in if enough people don't stand up, and that's a little scary. But, you need to step into that power of who you are first. And that comes with a lot of realization that you've been lied to, that you've made mistakes, that, you've been wrong about things, that sometimes we serve our best interests and ignore things that are immoral going on all around us for our dollar bill, and call it business, and all these things that have contributed. Putting on uniforms and enforcing tyranny, going overseas and pretending still once you get there and you're doing the horrible regime changes and door-to-door checks of innocent people, and pretending to tell yourself that this is still democracy being sought, and it's not about the takeover of countries and economies and resources from those places. Going to school and teaching the indoctrination desired, and being afraid to step out of that indoctrination and engage your class because you're afraid some kid might go home and tell his mommy and that you'll get in trouble, you'll lose your money. People putting up the 5G, telling themselves, this is my job, someone's got to do it, and I got to feed my family. All of the bullshit we tell ourselves every day, and the excuses to keep supporting this tyranny. We need to step away from it all. We're building our own prison, and they're just getting us to do it, That's the courage necessary, because if all that falls apart and people begin to not comply with their own enslavement together in numbers instead of divided, the way they want, they will shit themselves because they believe they have us where they want us, and in a lot of cases they do. But in many other aspects, they don't, because the possibility still remains in this infinite world of possibility, in this infinite universe of possibility. It can still be done. Like I say, it's what keeps me going every day. is that for whatever comes in worse, more and more people react and go, what the fuck, you know? And that's the spirit, not based in you know, the survival aspects of me first, but in the understanding of that we're all on the gun sights of this fucking thing. And by coming together, finally, instead of remaining divided and ruled for thousands of years, would change this flow of energy spinning around this planet in a heartbeat. It's very doable. Anyway, stay, like I said, in tune with those that are disappearing. If you see people disappearing, let other people know where to find them. And I'll post some pertinent links today, as I always do. 10 minutes is my limit where I wanted to be. So I'm going to cut it off, and it's raining harder. Love you guys. Get learning, get speaking.